do you have an opinion where John O'Keefe's cell phone was from around 12:24:33 on the evening of January 29, 2022 through at least 6 a.m. and after that morning?
Yes, based on the totality of all of the information that we've described, my opinion is that the device never moved far away from the flagpole.
Okay, if the jury believes that, that's bad news for Karen Reed. That means he never went inside the home. He never went inside 34 Fairview. This is the Cellphone, Cellbrite digital forensics examiner who's talking about John O'Keefe's phone. I want you to take a look at, we're going to take a look at the full timeline of the results of his examination of all the data from John O'Keefe's phone. Let's begin at 12:18 up to 12:32 and 16 seconds. Take a look.
So at 18 minutes and 25 seconds, the device is unlocked using Face ID. We see the SMS application is in use. For around 11 seconds, a phone call is made from John to Jennifer McCabe. Phone call lasts 36 seconds, starting at 18 minutes and 47 seconds. That call ends at 19 minutes and 23 seconds, and the mobile phone application is closed at 19 minutes and 24 seconds. At 19 minutes and 29 seconds, the Waze application is loaded on screen. And at 20 minutes and 49 seconds, which is what this location on the side relates to, we see an incoming message from Brian Higgins saying, "You coming here?" At 22 minutes and 14 seconds, this is the start of the 3 flight climb events as the device is driving along Oakdale Road, I believe that one is. At 24 minutes and 26 seconds is when the Waze application is closed and the device is locked via the lock button at 24 minutes and 28 seconds. At 24 minutes and 37 seconds, the three flight climb events comes to an end. And at 24 minutes and 38 seconds is the first record that shows a speed of 0 meters per second. At 24 minutes and 59 seconds, the device is unlocked using Face ID, and the message, "You coming here," is read at 25 minutes and 8 seconds after midnight. At 25 minutes and 9 seconds after midnight, the device is locked using the lock button. At 27 minutes and 33 seconds after midnight, a text message is received from Jen McCabe saying, "Here." At 27 minutes and 45 seconds after midnight, the device is unlocked using Face ID, and the "Here" message that was just received is read at 27 minutes and 48 seconds. At 27 minutes and 50 seconds, the lock button is pressed by the user, causing the device to lock. At 29 minutes and 37 seconds, we start to get some Doppler checks, and at 29 minutes and 42 seconds, the pocket state cleared event is written. At 29 minutes and 44 seconds, there's an incoming call from Jen McCabe. This is answered and lasts for 7 seconds, ending at 29 minutes and 51 seconds. At 29 minutes and 52 seconds, the device is unlocked, and a second later, the lock button is pressed, causing the device to lock again. 31 minutes and 47 seconds after midnight, a message is received again from Jennifer McCabe saying, "Pull behind me." And at 31 minutes and 52 seconds, the Doppler check records a pocket state. At 31 minutes and 56 seconds, we start the health event that shows 36 steps were taken. And at 32 minutes and 3 seconds, there's a pocket state cleared event. At 32 minutes and 4 seconds, the device unlocks with Face ID. And again, I'll point out that makes perfect sense if the Doppler state clears, because it's no longer within a pocket, and then it unlocks a second later. That makes sense with the logic that's been identified. At 32 minutes and 5 seconds, messages applications on screen, and the message "Pull behind me" is read. At 32 minutes and 9 seconds, the messages application is closed, and the device is locked for the last time. At 32 minutes and 16 seconds, the 36-step health event is ending.
All right, think tank still with us. All right, David Otunga, to me, that's a very, I mean, it's presented in a way that makes sense. You can follow it. You're looking at the Apple Health. You're looking at the location, everything else. Is it telling the story well enough for prosecutors?
I think it is until, we see cross-examination on that. But I think it is because it keeps John O'Keefe outside and in one spot. Everything makes sense. It shows basically he's arriving outside. He even gets the text or allegedly a call from Jen McCabe as well. And then there's 36 steps. I don't know, I didn't visit the house, but I don't know if that's enough to reach inside the house. But either way,
it is.
This is the last time his phone is used, and then it's locked for the final time.
Yeah, I think 36 steps, you can get into the house with 36 steps. It's about 65 feet, so you even have a couple in the bank afterwards. Jennifer Brandt, let me ask you, the way this is being presented, much different, much more organized than first time around in this case, and he's putting together the health data, talking about when he's moving, and to me, the 1222 to 1224 climbing the stairs. This is what the defense said was him going down to the basement. And that's where he gets jumped and he gets beaten up and he gets killed in the basement. But they have this happening at 1222 to 1224, which is almost 8 to 10 minutes before the Waze app stops. How much of a problem is that for the defense?
I think it's a big problem because, I mean, assuming this is all accurate, and I'm sure we're going to hear some cross-examination, so maybe they're going to attack the accuracy of it, but I find it fascinating. I mean, that this could all be retraced. You're almost there, and feeling like this is what's going on from second to second to second, all by cell phone data. And like you said earlier, I mean, this is something that the jury is totally going to understand. I mean, we all have cell phones and we all know they're sort of tracking our movements, and whatever we're doing with them is all being somewhat recorded. So I think this just hits it all home. And I think the defense, if this is really true, I think the defense is going to have a problem.
And from the beginning, Al, the key data that the defense was leaning on was the flights, the climbing data from the health data, saying that he's going up, he's going down, he's going back up. And they were arguing that it's him in the stairs inside the home. But according to the way they've put it together here, they don't get to the house until 12:24:38 after all that information is stopped. And he took it one step further. He took a look at the map and the topography and he was talking meters, so it was kind of like, a foreign language to me. But he was talking about how the street went up, the street went down, and the street went up again. They are heading off all the potential defense arguments, which is why tomorrow, like David said, tomorrow's the day. They've got to undermine some of this stuff.
Absolutely. This is the straw that stirs the drink. If everything in this is to be believed, the defense position, the defense argument, the defense, everything that we've heard as to beaten up by the police officers, this, that, the other thing, is completely untrue. So unless they're going to get their hands dirty and show that this is some sort of voodoo science that's being applied here, this is the straw that stirs the drink, and this is going to be the thing that will put the crowning, touch on the prosecution's case. It's essential that this get destroyed, because this guy put together a really nice presentation. I understood it, so I know it had to have been done simple and dumbed down considerably. And I understood it completely. And I know the jury understood it. You were so right about the last time. The last time it was very hard to understand this. But this was so spoon-fed and so well developed. This is going to be a tough one. If this goes through, if this stays in, then the prosecution has got a home run.
Now, the defense has their own expert, but David, I think where the attack is going to be, because this expert spent some time talking about the clocks and the way things are time-stamped within our cell phones. And I think the defense is going to attack the timing of this and if you move it 5 minutes one way or the other, it's a completely different picture.
Oh, absolutely. 5 minutes in this case makes a big deal. And I would expect that's what the defense is going to do anyway, because, I mean, one of the most important things is how long does it take to die in the cold? When was that? Was that at 6:23 or was that at 2:27? Was it on just because that initial tab? That was the whole thing that really got me. It depends on what iOS version you're using, if you've updated your iPhone or not, because I thought that was kind of a smoking gun before, but that's a really big deal if it's actually at 6:23 and it's after they found O'Keefe's body. So I imagine they're going to attack, you know, just the validity and the accuracy of the clocks and the timing with Apple and the phone.
Yeah, I generally, a lot of times in these cases, I look at the experts and I say it's a battle of the experts, blah, blah, blah. One side says this, one side. This one, I think somebody's going to win. Somebody needs to win these battles. That's how this trial gets won, one way or the other. All right, Think Tank staying with us. We're going to continue on the timeline, and we're going to take a look at what happens after 12:32 and 16 seconds when all the health data ends.